Stop scrolling right now because one of the most respected voices in MMA just delivered a warning that could shake the women's flyweight division. And it wasn't aimed at a prospect, a fringe contender, or some unranked name. It was aimed directly at a legend, Valentina Shevchenko. The fighter behind that warning is Dakota Ditcheva. And the man saying it, Big
basically kind of said that I thought the PFL was coddling this person. They were hiding her, all this stuff. Dakota Ditcheva, man, she proved me absolutely wrong. She's fire. That girl she is good. She's mean. She's nasty. She goes after people. She doesn't get decisions. She's knocking people out. She is making them quit. She is the breakout fighter. I was like, oh, she's going to get exposed. Nope. The only thing that got exposed was my stupidity. I look at her performances. I'm like, God damn, when she fought Santos in the PFL championships, she just annihilated her. And this is a fighter that many people thought beat, Shevchenko. And I'll tell you what, right now, I'm not too sure that Shevchenko is the best 125er there is. Hey, man, she goes after people. She is nasty. Everything with people saying, oh, take her to the ground. They can't keep her down. She gets up. Yeah. She knows what she's doing, and I've seen her take shots. She doesn't back down. And man, her knees inside, her kicks, everything, she's going to be around for a long time. You allow her to elbow because, man, her elbows in that final fight, which she was allowed to throw, devastating. And so she wasn't allowed to use any of those throughout that whole tournament and stuff. She is absolutely someone that people are going to be.
John McCarthy. That's why people are paying attention. Big John McCarthy has seen nearly everything in MMA history. He has officiated title fights, watched champions rise and fall, and analyzed generations of fighters. So when someone with that level of experience publicly changes his opinion on a fighter, it matters. And that's exactly what happened with Dakota Ditcheva. McCarthy openly admitted that he once believed Dakota was being protected, carefully matched, and slowly built by PFL. He thought the promotion was easing her path and avoiding dangerous tests too early. But after watching her recent performances, he completely reversed course. His words were clear. Dakota proved him wrong. He praised her as violent, nasty, aggressive, and a true breakout star. He highlighted the fact that she doesn't just win decisions. She hurts people, finishes fights, and forces opponents to quit mentally before the final bell. That is not normal praise from someone like McCarthy. That is recognition. And the performance that changed minds most was her destruction of Taila Santos. Santos was widely respected as a dangerous elite-level fighter and someone many believed gave Valentina Shevchenko one of the toughest fights of her championship reign. Dakota didn't just edge her. She overwhelmed her. That's where the conversation becomes serious. Because if Dakota can dominate fighters of that caliber, then the gap between promotions may not be as wide as people think. Now the name everyone keeps coming back to is Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina is one of the greatest women's fighters in MMA history. Elite striking, championship IQ, counter timing, calm under pressure. She built an era of dominance and remains one of the smartest competitors in the sport. But Dakota brings a completely different type of danger. She doesn't wait for mistakes. She creates chaos. Dakota fights with forward pressure, volume striking, knees in the clinch, elbows in close range, body attacks, and a non-stop pace that can drown opponents. She doesn't allow comfort. She doesn't give clean reads. She drags fighters into uncomfortable exchanges. That creates a fascinating clash of styles. Valentina thrives in controlled environments where she can read patterns, manage distance, and punish openings. Dakota thrives in disorder where speed, aggression, and momentum take over. If Valentina controls range, experience likely wins. If Dakota forces a war, everything changes. That's why McCarthy's comments caused such a reaction. He wasn't simply complimenting Dakota. He was suggesting she is now a legitimate threat to the best flyweight on Earth. And then there's another uncomfortable truth fans are discussing. Has Valentina slowed down? She is still elite, still dangerous, and still championship level. But over time, some observers believe she has become more cautious, more strategic, and less explosive than in her peak years. Meanwhile, Dakota is entering her prime, growing more confident, more dangerous, and more physically aggressive every fight. In MMA, timing matters. Sometimes the next generation arrives exactly when the old guard begins to fade. That doesn't mean Valentina is finished. Far from it. It means the challenge may finally be real. But Dakota isn't only being tested against champions in theory. Inside PFL, another dangerous name is circling: Liz Carmouche. Liz Carmouche is no hype creation. She is battle-tested, experienced, physically strong, and one of the smartest veterans in women's MMA. Former UFC title challenger. Former Bellator champion. PFL tournament winner. She has fought elite names across eras. And she wants Dakota. This matchup would be completely different from a Valentina fight. Where Valentina is precision and timing, Carmouche is pressure and grind. She closes distance, controls clinches, wrestles hard, and forces ugly fights. She doesn't care how pretty it looks. She cares about winning. That makes her dangerous for any striker. Dakota has smashed many opponents with speed and striking dominance, but Carmouche presents questions no one can ignore. Can Dakota handle heavy clinch pressure? Can she stop repeated takedowns? Can she stay dangerous when rhythm is broken? Can youth overcome veteran control? That's why this fight is so important. If Dakota defeats Carmouche convincingly, her stock explodes. She proves she can beat elite wrestle-heavy veterans, not just strikers she can overwhelm. Then super fights with names like Valentina become impossible to ignore. If she loses, the aura cracks. That's the risk PFL must weigh. Dakota is one of their biggest stars. But stars become legends only when they pass hard tests. So now the picture is clear. Big John McCarthy says Dakota is real. Valentina Shevchenko remains the standard. Liz Carmouche may be the nightmare matchup. And Dakota Ditcheva stands in the middle of all of it. So what happens next? Does the young knockout machine become the next queen of flyweight MMA? Does Valentina remind everyone why legends stay legends? Or does Liz Carmouche drag Dakota into deep water and expose the first weakness in the empire? One thing is certain. Dakota Ditcheva is no longer a future story. She is the present danger. King Savage. That's the only way to describe what Dakota Ditcheva just did at PFL Champion Series in Cape Town. She didn't just beat Sumiko Inaba. She broke her rhythm, controlled the pace, and turned a dangerous opponent into target practice. Now fans everywhere are asking one massive question. Could Dakota Ditcheva beat every woman in the UFC right now? This wasn't some easy showcase fight. Sumiko Inaba came in with momentum, confidence, and a strong reputation. She had already proven herself as a serious threat with an aggressive style and real finishing ability. Many expected her to test Dakota, maybe even push her into a war. Instead, Dakota made it look like a striking masterclass. From the opening moments, Inaba tried to pressure forward and force exchanges. Dakota stayed calm, used distance perfectly, then stepped into the clinch where the damage began. Sharp knees to the body. Brutal elbows inside. fast combinations as soon as they separated. Every sequence looked clean, calculated, and violent. It felt like watching someone operate on a different level. Dakota wasn't reacting. She was controlling everything. She read the entries, countered the pressure, and punished mistakes instantly. Inaba kept trying, but every attempt seemed to lead into another trap. That's why the fan reaction exploded after the fight. Social media instantly filled with comments saying Dakota could beat most of the UFC flyweights. Others demanded an immediate super fight with Valentina Shevchenko. Some even claimed only Amanda Nunes at her peak could survive that version of Dakota. And honestly, it's easy to understand the hype. Dakota Ditcheva isn't just undefeated. She has built one of the most dangerous records in women's MMA. She already captured major titles, dominated the European scene, then moved into global competition and kept winning. Names like Lisa Malden, Chelsea Hackett, Jenna Bishop, Tyla Santos, and now Sumiko Inaba have all felt the pressure of her rise. What makes Dakota different is the way she wins. Many prospects collect decisions and play it safe. Dakota hunts damage. She uses elite Muay Thai fundamentals, explosive speed, and the confidence of someone who expects to finish people. When she gets momentum, opponents often look overwhelmed. But let's be real for a second. Not everyone was fully satisfied. Some critics pointed out that Dakota had a long layoff before this performance. Between sponsorships, media attention, appearances, and time away from competition, expectations became even higher. Fans wanted a devastating stoppage. They wanted another viral finish. They wanted proof that the hype train had no brakes. Instead, they got domination without a finish. For most fighters, that would still be a huge statement. But when you're promoted as a future GOAT, people judge differently. They don't ask if you won. They ask why you didn't destroy the opponent faster. That's the burden of superstardom. Still, there's another side to that argument. Elite fighters don't always need reckless finishes. Sometimes showing control, patience, and discipline is just as dangerous.